You know when someone asks, "How was your day?" and your mind just goes blank? You end up saying fine or busy. Well, talking about our daily lives is something we do constantly, but man, finding the right words can be tough. So let's explore how we can share our experiences by comparing a typical day at the office with a day at school.
Okay, just imagine this for a second. An office worker opens their laptop and sees this absolute mountain of emails waiting for them, even before they've had their first coffee. At the same time, a student walks into class and boom, surprise quiz. The situations are different, but that jolt of morning pressure, oh yeah, that's pretty much universal.
I bet it does, right? That feeling is something we all share. So let's follow these two people on their parallel journeys and see how the highs and lows of a typical day really compare. Okay, so after that initial shock to the system, the very first challenge is just the journey. Honestly, getting from your front door to where you need to be is a huge part of the story of our day. And we have a word for this daily trip: the commute. Doesn't matter if it's a 5-minute walk or a 50-minute train ride. This routine can totally set the tone for your whole day. It can either get you ready for what's ahead or leave you feeling drained before you've even started.
And right here, we see a struggle they both share. The office worker is crammed into a subway car, absolutely no personal space. Meanwhile, the student is stuck on a bus that's just as packed, probably with a heavy backpack on. The location is different, but that feeling of being squeezed in by a crowd, yep, exactly the same.
All that chaos has a name, of course: rush hour. It's that peak time when it feels like the entire city decides to move all at once. It's this shared experience that kind of connects all of us, for better or worse.
All right, so you've made it. You survived the commute. You've arrived. But as you know, that's when the real work begins. Let's take a look at the first challenges waiting at the desk or in the classroom.
So this is where things start to look a little different. The office worker has that email mountain to climb and deadlines that are always getting closer. The student, on the other hand, is battling all sorts of distractions just to focus on the lecture. So one is this external pressure, and the other is more of an internal fight. The deadline. It's that finish line that just hangs over every single project, right? It adds this layer of pressure that's super familiar, whether you're in an office or a classroom. It's basically the clock on the wall that's dictating how fast your day goes. And this feeling of being distracted, wow, we all know this one. Your body is physically in one place, but your mind is just bouncing around between your phone, what you're going to have for lunch, or that song that's stuck in your head. It's a constant battle to stay focused. You know, another one of those common battles is that nervous feeling you get right before you have to speak in public. Your heart starts pounding, your palms get all sweaty. Does that sound familiar? Well, it's not just you. It's a completely normal, deeply human thing. It's just our body's natural response to being the center of attention. So after a whole morning filled with deadlines and distractions, we finally get to the midday reset. The lunch break. Seriously, lunch is so much more than just food. It's a mental escape. It's like this little mini holiday from all the morning's stress, a chance for your brain to take a breath, rest, and recharge for the afternoon. Lunch is also a really important social time. If you're with colleagues, the conversation usually shifts away from work, right? You talk about movies or what you did over the weekend. If you're with classmates, it might be about the teachers or just laughing about something silly. Either way, it's not connecting with people. And that's really the power of it. A short, friendly chat, a shared laugh, it can totally change your mood and make the rest of the day feel so much easier to handle. It's a tiny thing that makes a huge difference. But then the afternoon arrives, and it brings a whole new challenge with it: the infamous post-lunch slump. It really doesn't matter if you're sitting in a meeting or listening to a lecture. That wave of sleepiness that hits around 2 o'clock, it is so real. Your body is basically screaming for a nap, but your calendar is saying, nope, you gotta keep going. And as the afternoon wears on and the tasks start to pile up again, it's so easy to start feeling overwhelmed. You know, that sense of just having way too much on your plate. That feeling of being overwhelmed, it happens when everything just seems to hit you all at once. Too many tasks, too many problems, too many thoughts. It's basically our brain's way of saying, hey, I can't handle any more right now. It's a super common and really stressful feeling. So how do you fight it? Well, this simple 3-step strategy can be a game changer. First, just stop and take a deep breath. It helps calm me down. Second, write down a short, manageable to-do list.
Just get it out of your head. And finally, just start with one simple task. That small win is often enough to break that whole cycle of feeling overwhelmed. After you've survived the afternoon, you finally get to shut down the computer or pack up your bag. The day is done. Now it's time for the journey home, and maybe a moment to think about everything that just happened. You know, the feeling at the end of the day is almost never just one thing. It's usually this whole mix. You're exhausted, but you also feel proud. You might be a little frustrated, but that's balanced with a sense of accomplishment just for getting through it all. And let's be clear, there's a big difference between being tired and being exhausted. Exhaustion isn't just about needing sleep. It's when your mental and emotional batteries are just completely drained. It's that deep, down-to-your-bones kind of weariness. So as we wrap this up, I'll leave you with this question to think about. Looking back on your day today, what's the one feeling that really defined it for you? Was it stress, accomplishment, maybe something else entirely?